Welcome to NDR Ministries New Day Revival Podcast, located here in the studios in Dodge City, Alabama. We're glad that you are tuning into us with your host, Timothy McDonald Turney, aka PT. Multiple different topics, all the way from biblical topics to everyday affairs in our lives, where we have to get you back on track and make God pleased with your life, and you will be pleased living that life. So let's go on inside and get ready for this podcast this week. You're going to love it. Let's go.
And welcome here, my friends, to the NDR podcast. Where's my Northern Star? I am Pastor Tim Turney, aka PT. We're thankful that you're watching today. Now, we're going to have a very special program today. We just come out of a Kids Crusade at New Beginnings Assembly of God. We had a wonderful time at the park, and I've got some videos and clips to show you. I think you're going to. We had a great time, but we had a great ministry with the family of Scott and Annie Miller, Heartbeat Ministry. They are incredible, and they were just, and we got an interview with them. So I'm going to show you little snippets about what went on during the services on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And plus, Saturday we had it at the park, and it was really a great outreach and had a great time. I'm telling you, I think the adults enjoyed it as much as the kids did, and some of them enjoyed it a little bit more than the kids did. But it was wonderful. They have a great ministry, and you'll get to know them here very soon here. But we've got a few things that we want to. Let's get into some housekeeping areas here for New Day Revival in the groups. Now, we are going to be the 28th of this month, which is going to be next Sunday. This coming Sunday will be in Manchester, Tennessee, at Manchester Church of God of Prophecy. We always go there, and one of the things that we always enjoy going there, because they are just wonderful, super people, and they feed us so well. You know how that goes. So it's very important that we maintain that live and viable decorum with such a church, and Miss Patty and the pastor and his wife and the congregation. It's just a wonderful time. So we're looking forward to being there, and that's going to be a 10:30 a.m. singing in Manchester, Tennessee, which is in Winchester. I think it's Winchester, Tennessee, but Manchester Church of God Prophecy on Fedona Road. You can go to our Facebook page and find out with the events, and it's not too far of a drive. Come on up if you're not into a church somewhere, but I would prefer that you would be somewhere in a church. But if you're not, come on by and be with us. Also, we are on October 4th. We are going to be at Crystals. I'm telling you what, I can handle so many of those gut busters. I love them, and it's kind of funny. The last time we were there, the first time that we were there, when I had the call, they said, well, it's going to be a Crystals restaurant. So I'm thinking, Crystals are very small, but they're in a larger building. They have a bigger seating area, and it was packed out. We had a wonderful time. Of course, a lot of the Crystals employees that have been there for many of the singings that they have there said, man, y'all are the best ones that's come along in a while. Got a little bit more of an edge to us, a little bit more of a blues and rocky edge, and really driving country to it. So we enjoyed being there. So that's going to be at 5 p.m. in Winchester, Tennessee, at the city of Deckard, and at Crystal's Restaurant. Come on by and see us there. And then on the 12th, we're going to be with Miss Loretta Gent. She's having her release party, and it's going to be a great time. You have Tammy Castleberry will be there with us. That's October the 12th, and it's going to start at 5 p.m. It's going to be at Mount Philadelphia Baptist Church. That's going to be at 1885 Cordova and Gorgas Road in Cordova, Alabama. So you want to be a part of that. Loretta is she's just the sweetest human being and can sing. She don't sing with an I, she sang with an A. And that makes a whole bit of difference right there. So we've got that, and that's kind of getting us close towards the end of the year, to where a lot of the places we do a lot of Christmas shifting, and you know how this time of the year can be very hectic. And so the next thing that's going to be involved, it's not involving the New Day Revival, but it's involving a lot of the team members of New Day Revival. We're going to be assisting, excuse me, not at all. It's kind of late night here, putting all this editing together. We're going to be assisting the Redemption Church with this year's performance of the Judgment House, which is going to be in October the 16th to October the 19th. The Thursday, Friday, and Saturday will be at 6 p.m. each night, and then Sunday at 5 p.m. And this theme this year is Masquerade. And so when we come, when I get done here, I'm going to show you something with Masquerade. With that, we got a couple of videos coming up, and we're going to introduce you to our podcast later on the podcast with the Heartbeat Family Ministries. You're going to absolutely love this ministry. They, Scott and Annie, they're wonderful people, great and talent, and their kids. They got a slew full of them. I don't know if you could see. There we go. There's the family right there. Gorgeous family. But look at all those kids. Holy cow, that man, I'm telling you what, mom and daddy, they're earning in the kingdom. But the Bible says that a man that has his quiver full of children is a blessed man. I know the feeling, having kids, having the grandkids. I love them. And so this QR code that's right here. Let's see if we can get a good, clear view of it. And I'll have this posted on here, and you'll be able to see it. It's going to be on the end during the interview. You can be able to, pause and scan that. It will take you right to their website. Takes you to everything that you need to know about giving to these ministry. And I mean, they had a wonderful time, and you will see that coming up in this video. And that's going to start right after we go into this break with Track Sound Studio. And as soon as we get out of Track Sound Studio, bada bing, we'll be right into it. See you there.
Track Sound Studio is a full-service turnkey music studio. Our goal is to help the artists publish their songs and put them on the radio. Track Sound Studio can help you with all your marketing decisions. Our state-of-the-art equipment and engineering produces high-quality, professional results at very affordable prices. Call us today to set up your recording session at 256-841-1292 or visit us at tracksoundstudioinc.com.
Life can look like a party, everyone smiling, hiding behind a mask. But behind the laughter lurks a darker truth. Death comes without warning. And when the mask falls away, the eternal choice is revealed. Heaven or hell, light or darkness, truth or masquerade. This year's Judgment House will take you face to face with the dangers of living behind the mask and the power of choosing Christ before it's too late. Don't miss this life-changing drama, Masquerade, a Judgment House production. Step inside if you dare. A live performance at Redemption Church, October 16th to 18th at 6 p.m. and the 19th at 5 p.m. This is a free event, but reservations are needed. Call to 56405-3682. Will you choose the light or be forever lost in darkness? The choice is yours, but time is running out. Masquerade, where eternity hangs in the balance. Heaven awaits your answer, but it's up to you. masquerade, where eternity hangs about.
Listen, Linda. No,
None of that.
Pastor told me that.
Oh, Pastor Barbara did not teach you that move, Dr. Baker.
Yeah, when she's preaching, she's back.
Okay. There ain't no telling. Listen, Pastor, I can't even talk.
You all right?
Pastor Barbara gets going. I can't even imagine. She's a fireball.
I know.
Dr. Baker. Listen.
Your phone off during service.
My phone is turned off during service. That is definitely not my phone. Baker. Baker. We have gone through this over and over and over again. This is not even a real phone, Dr. Beaker.
Oh, got my super duper in it. What's up? What's up?
All right, listen, Dr. Beaker. I don't have time for all your shenanigans. We have a really important big idea that we need to share today. Do you remember today's big idea?
You talking to me?
Yes,
Yes, I know what today's big idea is. You
Okay.
ready for it?
I'm ready.
Are you ready?
I'm ready. I was trying to share it before you interrupted me.
You ready?
Yes.
You sure?
I'm positive.
We are
Yes.
forgiven
Yes.
and set free.
Doctor.
Can I say except you're welcome?
Baker.
Coming at you non-stop, leaving marks on your heart like a tattoo. Drowning on the inside, reaching for a lifeline. Let these be the words that you hold on to. You were loved, chosen, long before the day you were born.
Hey guys, this is Pastor Tim Turner. You know to call me PT. Welcome back to Where Is My Northern Star podcast here in Dodge City, Alabama. You know we broadcast every Thursday at 6:30 p.m. and we're glad that you're watching. Thank you for the people that have come up and have talked about some of the things we're talking about. And remember, we're about a couple of weeks away from the release of the new book called "Where Is That God Is Making Me an Arrow." We went through the 9-week program, the podcast, and it went taking us all through down. You can get that in book form now, and I'll send some teasers out. So remember, you can follow us at newdayrevival.com. Find us on YouTube at New Day Revival, and get ready. It's going to be a very difficult thing for you to get this one. Facebook is New Day Revival.
There you go.
So tonight our broadcast is we're gonna have some fun. This is a ministry team, and it's Heartbeat Family Ministries. And y'all told me what part of Southern Alabama that you're from.
Mobile,
Alabama. I'm telling you, yes, Mobile, Alabama. I love Mobile. I had first time I ever went fishing with my uncle, who was from Op, and he worked at Mobile and did all kind of stuff. I mean, it's right. That's Florida, Alabama. It's just all like. And I went floundering for the first time without a fishing pole. It's incredible.
Gigging, huh?
Yeah, it was incredible. Well, you know, between the gators and all that, but it was very fun. So I love that part of town. I got some good friends that are pastoring in Monroeville, down in that lower panhandle. We just actually moved back from Florida, back home to Dodge City, Alabama. That's where I was born and raised. I never thought I'd come back home. But we're going to dedicate this program today, and I want you to you're the dad and you're the mom. So who wants to take the first lead and kind of introduce it? Looks like we got in this corner represents the dad and a couple of kids, and in this corner. So Dad, I'll let you take it right here.
All right, sounds good. Well, this guy on the end down here is our youngest boy by actually a week, which I know that's hard to explain, but anyway, his name is Max, and he is 15 years old, and he always travels with us, does puppets and all kinds of things. Anything that we ask him to do, run sound and all kinds of stuff. This right here, this young lady is Natalie, and she was in our kids ministry. She doesn't belong to us technically, but we do. When we pull on her and we get her to go with us. And so, she was in our kids ministry years ago, and feels a call into ministry. And so, when we get an opportunity, we borrow people because we couldn't produce girls.
I mean, that's exactly it.
So we got a bunch of boys, never could figure the girl thing out, and so. Yeah,
so
and that's this side, and then I'll let you introduce that side.
so we have 6 boys. Our boys range between 15, Max being the youngest, up to 29. And so all of our boys at different times have traveled with us, but currently only 3 of them get to travel with us on a regular basis. And Max is one of our sons. Gabe is one of our sons. Gabe is 15 years old, and he is involved in all the parts of ministry. He helps his dad lead worship and plays the guitar and work. These guys work. So all the things that you get to see on the platform is great, but they work a lot leading up to those moments and behind. And then over here we have Addie. She's from New Brockton. So we ministered at her family's church a couple of years ago, and she started traveling with us about a year ago. This year has been her first year with us. So we have 24 people that serve alongside us. They just don't all do it at the same time. They come and go at different times as their schedules allow.
Yeah. That's how many? It's 20.
24. They're 24.
That's 24 to my Mexican friends in Dodge City.
Yes. And so those are it's individuals like Natalie's a college student. Addie's in school. We have
That's how I remember their name, Natty and Addie.
Yes. Works good. And so we have some that are families. We have some moms and kids that travel with us, and some families that travel with us when they're available. And so, a wide variety of ages and seasons of life.
So while I'm over here, what's the one thing that you like about being a part of this ministry? What's the one thing? Name me something, a couple of things that you do, and express yourself. Yeah.
Most of the time, I'll do motions, and I really like doing motions. It's really,
Motions. Explain that to some of our lesser audience.
Motions is like the faster, more upbeat part of worship where we do the dance. And choreo.
Is that with the blackout puppets?
No, it's the
song.
Yes, the songs.
Oh, yeah, I love it.
To it and stuff. I really enjoy doing that.
Yeah, I enjoy doing that too.
And a lot of times I do puppets, and then just
What's
really
your favorite puppet?
I like Headless Guy.
Wow! Already she's setting the bar for the dark corner. I like the Headless Guy. Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
All right, excellent. What about you?
I do worship
What's your
and
name?
motion. Gabe. My name is Gabe.
I wanted to call you Caleb, but I knew it's wrong. That's why I said stop to him and just ask.
Yes, sir. I do motions or action songs with praise, and then I do worship and blacklight puppets.
Yeah. And so I love all that. I'm seeing you guys in action. It's wonderful. You play the guitar. It really is.
Yes, sir.
That's talking like guitar.
Yes, sir.
All right. You're going to start including him when he starts getting ready to shred.
Oh yeah,
come out.
and he's normally playing with us this week. He actually had a string issue last night.
We'll dress him like one of the characters, like Michael Sweet from Striper.
There you go.
That's good. I love it. So Mom, now how do you want to be addressed?
Annie is.
First Lady of the Ministry, Annie. What's the thing? I noticed that you're really powerful in the move and the gifts of the Spirit and guiding this thing.
Yeah, so I didn't grow up in the church.
Yeah.
I attended a kids event when I was about 8 or 9 years old. That's where I heard the gospel, asked Jesus to be the Lord of my life. And then I got into middle school. I didn't have strong roots, and I walked away from right relationship with the Lord and walked far from the Lord from 12 to 17, very far from the Lord. And then at 17, I walked in the doors of a church that loved me into the kingdom of God. And through a youth ministry, actually, Scott was one of the worship leaders on the youth team. I surrendered my life back to the Lord and have remained faithful to the Lord since then. Not perfect, but faithful. And I know the seeds that were planted in my heart at 8 or 9 years old at that event were what made a huge impact the rest of my life. And so for me, I believe it's really important to pour into and impact the next generation. And alongside impacting the next generation, many times we're touching kids and teenagers and adults' hearts. And so Scott and I did kids and youth ministry in the local church for over 20 years and served the next generation in that capacity. And in 2021, the Lord began giving us vision and new direction that he was going to send us far and wide.
I got one thing to say. On 3, can I get a woohoo? 1, 2, 3. Woohoo! That's a woohoo moment. I love it. I love that kind of testimony. I love that kind of testimony. I just come back from a meeting where I'm going to be volunteering for 4 days in a judgment house. And my cousin, I called her and I said, hey, if you like, you can help. You can do any kind of capacity. Need anybody to do anything. You know how it is when you're putting together. Hey, one of the most important guys I could have ever had when I was on the road with my drama team from Nashville up in Chicago was my back guy.
Oh yeah.
He didn't even come out, didn't do anything here, but he was back there taking care of business. That's so vitally important. And she told me, she said, oh, I will help. Why? Because she got saved at a judgment house.
Oh wow.
She said, I received the Lord Jesus Christ and realized I needed something in my life, and that all the accidents major that she had, that she should have died, I realized God was protecting me because I have another purpose.
That's right.
And it come from the judgment house. Man, that's some charged stuff. We can give you the power of the Holy Spirit right there. I'm telling you.
Yeah. You never know who you're touching.
No, you don't. All right. Talk to me. Tell greet them again who you are and just kind of the strength of the thing you like. And
I like doing the computer. I did motions, and then my brother did computer, but I fractured my tailbone, so I switched to computer, and it's fun. But yeah.
Fun smashing your tailbone?
No, that's not fun. But being at the computer,
it was fun.
being chill and not getting sweaty is
That
fun.
table, smash that thing in half. That was on a wrestling night when you had a wrestle thing.
Oh yeah.
He was wrestling for Jesus.
I think it was he was playing football. I don't remember.
Oh,
Track. Oh, that's right. Long jump at track. That's what it was.
Well, of course,
But
long
it
jump.
positioned him where he couldn't do the puppet songs. He couldn't do the motions in the game.
So he jumped over and started doing.
Yep.
Yeah, started doing sound.
And liked it.
That's another position that is extremely.
Oh, man.
If you have somebody out there say, "Hey, go to yada." So I'm not sitting here on the computer doing the interview with them, especially if I got other guests somewhere else, and I could just concentrate and be free.
That's right.
Like, go ahead.
All right.
Save
I
me for
am
last, Eddie.
Natalie, and I think my favorite part of getting to travel with Heartbeat is just getting to see all of the different communities and how they interact with each other and getting to meet new people. And yeah, I think that's my favorite part.
That's good. I like the meeting new people. I don't meet a stranger. All right. Now,
I didn't realize that about you.
could have yeah, it's so much. When I asked her, because I was going to go straight to you, I said, no, I want to get the kids. I want him last, because I like the fact that I think we are kind of a kindred spirit for this reason. There's a lot of voices in your head, a lot of them.
Yeah.
And it's not that you're crazy. It's just they're there. And I've had them there. They've always been there. And it's like when I'm ministering or I'm singing, I've been in the middle of a song, either playing lead guitar or out there singing in the crowd. And in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, I wonder if I can get that cheeseburger done when I get home. I mean, at the same time, it works. That's where those voices and being able to have these characters and create these characters, man, that just, that gets under my, that's what drives me. I love doing that. I love being youth pastor. I think pastoring youth is so much better than pastoring old people. Old people like to hold things against you all the time. I'm talking to you, Ricky Perkins. I'm telling you. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I drop a name? I'm sorry. To all the Ricky Perkinsons out. Did I say Perkinsons? To all the Ricky Perkins out there, he apologizes, all right, for that statement. He'll not do it again. I promise you. Never on camera. So tell me, what is your inspiration? Tell me how your creative inspiration arrives. Is it a corporate thing? I know you probably do have some where you're bouncing off ideas, which that's kind of the Knights of the Round Table. You need that God is a circular God. I mean, everything revolves around Him. There's nothing. There's no beginning and no end. It's just there, and you get those ideas. So tell me, kind of take me through your process.
Well, I love characters, and some of the reason I love characters, and you'll like this, is that you can make fun of people, you can talk about people, and then laugh about it, right? But no, in all seriousness though, the creativity part, that, like you said, you have those voices, which they're not crazy, but you have those different things that God gifts you with. And so what you do is you use whatever those gifts are. In my particular case, it's being a goofy old guy or running a puppet.
And it's so fun to be a goofy old guy.
It's a great, I'm already a goofy old guy, but I get to be a different goofy old guy.
Yeah.
And so, and using those opportunities, because even being the goofy old guy, we've seen people come to Christ through that. And so just, the creative, we have had those moments where we've sat and we've talked about different things. Now, one thing with all of the language that the goofy old guy uses, as far as all of the new words and stuff, that's these guys telling me what that is, because I would never know what those words were. Sigma and all those things. And so they're a big part of helping me with my characters, because I don't know a lot of times what's
pulling what we understood as the Duck Dodgers. Yeah. Bringing you up to the 21st and a half century.
And so one of the things that's so unique about the character that he does, Dr. Beaker, and Dr. Beaker's been around for about 17 or 18 years.
Yeah.
Actually, Dr. Beaker became more popular with the adults and even with the kids. And so, but Dr. Beaker can hit all generations in a few minutes of time with some humor, with some laughter. And we have seen people who have come into a service, hard heart, stone-faced, that were not engaged in service, and Dr. Beaker come out and they laugh with their kids, and it just opens their hearts and prepares the way for God to do something deeper in their hearts.
Yeah,
and
just that moment of laughter. A lot of times people don't realize how incredible a moment of laughter is. And when you open that heart up, it really is. It opens their heart up for, okay, man, that was funny. And now they're engaged. And then when it gets down to altar time, that's when God really does what God does.
Isn't it fun to be a jester in the king's court?
That's exactly right.
Because whenever you look at historical pictures of kingship, you see paintings or murals or monuments made out of stone. There's always the wine bearer or the jester sitting right there. You keep the king laughing, everybody's head's dangerous. They're the ones in danger. They're the ones in danger. So when I came in, the first time I met you guys, I wanted to share this on camera, because especially in this atmosphere, you want to have a spirit of discernment. I think in ministry, the spirit of discernment is one of the most important gifts of the start of the process. If I can discern, like, you were saying, Dr. Beaker can touch all the audience. Dr. Beaker comes out and he looks over and y'all see the demographics that's out there. And so you kind of know how to take that waypoint and shift it to grab that. That's an art in itself. But when I come in, I was discerning this thing. And on a Friday, the first time I met them, I've met the spirit of servanthood. I met that. I met that from these kids that you've got. It wasn't I've been part where ministries have come in and they go to help, but they overhelp because they know I'm supposed to do it. And you can sense that. That's the one thing about being a youth pastor. One thing, just be genuine. Don't try to be cheesy. Don't try to be something you're not, because they're going to point you right out. They'll let you know about it. And today they'll send it to all their friends and you'll become
That's right.
you'll be like the professor from Waterboy. He gets hit with a baseball and it's on film. Everybody sees. So, but I received that when I first came into you. And then to see how you set up it's a spirit of excellence that just connected, and my soul was so satisfied before you even got started. So I know that not only the hand of the Lord is on you, blessing, but the Spirit of the Lord is upon you at this time. What a time to have the Spirit of the Lord in an evangelist. And then the second thing that really popped out, or the third, was U.S. missionaries to children and families. And I went, what a country that needs to have missionaries is our own backyard.
That's exactly right.
And so where do you guys, I know the kind of genre you got. I love the lighting. I like who y'all, you really are working on, and y'all, it's very professional how you flowed into each thing. Each thing was seamless and timeless. I like that. That comes through planning. It comes through work. It comes through hard work. What was that rooster on Chicken Run? You know, it's a hard work, perseverance, and hard work. I just said perseverance and hard work twice. Well, it takes twice the work to do that. I don't know if you've ever seen that cartoon, have you? I'm glad I have an audience that's with me here. So in having that at this time, where do you think that this move, and I tell you, this ain't just a revival spirit, but this is an epic, time-changing event for the last day revival, and you guys have been built and primed for just this moment. Take us to the next step.
So the Lord, so about 15 years ago, the Lord had given me something, a word that we held on to and had been declaring, but all throughout the first couple of years of what we were doing is we went to churches and shared our heart and our vision for what we believe the Lord had called us to do. We did not know 100% what that would look like. We knew the things that were in our heart, but what the Lord had given us was that he was stirring a revival of truth, that it would start outside of the church and it would overflow into the church. And that is what we have declared the last 4 years that we've been doing what we're doing now. God is starting a revival of truth, and it has to start in the home, it has to start in the family.
Yes.
And then it overflows as we gather together as a body of Christ. But our goal is not only reaching kids. We want to reach kids. But if we're not reaching the parents, if we're not reaching the grandparents, then the kids walk back out the door and there's no one encouraging what has happened in their hearts and in their lives and stirring their faith. And so we believe that this, and not only do we believe it, but research shows it. This is the most spiritually hungry generation that our generation has ever witnessed.
Agreed.
And so if we're not pouring God's truth into
Somebody's pouring something into them.
that's it.
And if we miss our opportunity to pour God into them, then they're going to go a different direction.
Some of the worst things in history happened through a vacuum. When you had a vacuum, the emptiness of God, the time for the emptiness of God is over.
Right.
I was just watching the pictures and the proceedings and the people, and globally, you think about this on a global scale, regardless of the names, on a global scale, people are gathered together to pray.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Oh, and what happens in prayer? What Carmen said, what happens in prayer?
Changes things. That's right.
Take that in your temple.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
Oh, so what's up next for us? Where you guys headed in the next?
We have a church in Mississippi. Yeah, and November, December began to kind of not necessarily slow down, but slower. So we don't set our stage up as much and stuff like that. But we're going to Mississippi. Then actually, me and Annie are celebrating our 25th wedding anniversary.
28, wow!
So we're actually going to a kids conference in Indianapolis.
What a great wedding anniversary!
Yeah, and then after that, we're going to go to Montana for a few days. Just the two of us. So, and then after that, we're going to Costa Rica for a mission trip.
Okay, Costa Rica. I think I'm supposed to be with them on Costa Rica. Okay? Yeah, I got some kid folks in Costa Rica.
I got you.
All right. Anything else you guys want to say to the audience?
Words. Yeah, no, they're all good.
All right. And I promise you, when they start doing facial recognition, she's not the little lady. that knocked over that Piggly Wiggly in Yazoo City. Okay, she's not the lady. I know she looks a lot like it. I had a text message come in from Ricky Perkins. I think she's wanted. All right. So let me on the back here. You've got a QR code that's coming here. We're going to put this on. I'm putting all their information on the bottom of the screen as we speak right here. This is where you can find them. Here's the address. Here's the phone number. For those of you who probably won't follow this program again, it's 251-586-4447. But it's right here on the bottom. And this little QR code, we're going to keep this up for the remainder. That's going through, and even after the Humor with Gospel G and the commercial that's coming up with Track Sound Studio, we'll keep this barcode on there so that you can see it, or just get in touch with them. And let's see where we got giving at. Is this? Where's your official? There it is, right here. Is that it?
It's our email address, but the giving site is through the Assemblies of God, giving.ag.org, and all that information is in that QR code.
Everything
you can access all of it through the QR code.
Listen, Ricky, I know you're not used to anything. Just point your phone there. I don't know why I'm picking on Ricky today. Ricky just seems like a guy needs picked on today. So, but you aim that, and it will follow you. It takes you through this. They've got leadership development, parents workshop. Very important what she was talking about. And you know what's amazing? I'm meeting a generation of parents that it's like they're a ghost when you start talking about parental responsibility in this. They go, I don't know what you're talking about. What? That's because they were not taught. Right. Mm-hmm. So we got to reverse that. Amen. Yeah. Outreach and events are going to give you for everything. And Scott and Annie Miller. And hold on, Max. Hold on. Kate. No. Carl. No. Caleb. No.
Another Caleb.
That's right. Gabe was supposed to blow the trumpet. We wouldn't even be here.
That's right, Gabriel. Yeah.
If you're watching this podcast and Gabriel blew the trumpet, buddy, you're in problem. Well, I am too, because he blows now and I'm still able to publish this program. I'm in trouble. Meet you in the mountain where the water's at. All right. And so it was Gabe and then Nipsey and Pipsy.
Nope. Nope.
I did so well.
Yes, Natalie.
Natty and Addie.
There you go.
Natty and Addie. Natty and Addie. All right, Spike the football. We're out of here. So thank you for watching the program. I appreciate you guys. I want you to get in touch with them. Show them to your pastor. Tell them to your youth pastor at your churches. I'm telling you, you're going to be blessed. You're going to have people coming with the spirit of excellence, bringing on the spirit of servanthood with the power of the Holy Spirit. You might kind of just drop that in. The whole conversation. That's why I'm the professional around here. All right. But we thank for you watching, and may the Lord bless you and keep you. May his face to rise upon you and shine upon you and give you peace now. Gospel G. What's up, guys? Hey, PT again right here. You know what this segment is? This is where the Bible tells us we want to laugh, and it's just like good medicine. And you know what? I've got the doctor of jocularity, Mr. Gospel G. Yeah, man. Woo! Gospel G, what's up, dude? What's up, PT? Hey, man, I missed you this week. I didn't get to see you. After they told me you were out of town, but now you're back in and you're back out. I don't know what's going on with you. You got things happening?
Oh yeah, me and the Cookie Monster looking decent. Got the cookies.
Yeah, you're the Cookie Monster. I'll tell you what, you look a little blue. All right. Hey, so what have you got for us this week? There's some people out there saying, I want to see if Gospel G could tickle my funny bone.
All right, I got you a good one. What is it? Adam wakes up and finds Eve counting her ribs and ash.
One stinky ribs. Adam? We're talking about Adam and Eve, first man and woman? Yeah. So she was doing what? She was counting his ribs?
What? Counting his ribs.
That's kind of weird. Now, unless you got some ribs and barbecue sauce. And So when he said he woke up.
Oh yeah. When she was counting ribs, he said, "What are you doing?"
Well, I would probably ask the same thing. Well, Lori was sitting there counting my ribs. So what did he say?
Well, Eve said, "I want to make sure there's no other women in your life."
shepherd became the lamb. From the manger to the cross, it was all in his plan. For he chose the place where sin would be lost, and it happened when he became the lamb. Please forgive them, for they know not what they do. As he looked up toward heaven, hanging there for me and you, like a sheep led to the slaughter, as his blood came streaming down. Now I can say that I'm forgiven, all because he became the lamb. When the shepherd became the lamb. From the manger to the cross, it was all in his plan. For he chose the place where sin would be lost, and it happened when he became the lamb. For he chose the place where sin would be lost, and it happened when he became the lamb. And it happened when he became the
Track Sound Studio is a full-service turnkey music studio. Our goal is to help the artists publish their songs and put them on the radio. Track Sound Studio can help you with all your marketing decisions. Our state-of-the-art equipment and engineering produces high-quality, professional results at very affordable prices. Call us today to set up your recording session at 256-841-1292 or visit us at tracksoundstudioinc.com.
And we want to thank you once again for watching the podcast, or if you've been listening to our podcast through all podcast channels from Podbean, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. You can find us on NewDayRevival.com. Look at our Facebook page and like the page, or go to our YouTube channel at New Day Revival. Like, subscribe, and follow us there to get notifications. Email us at NewDayRevivalMinistries.com. And remember, it is always a new day for a new revival. See you next time.